It didn't look like a problem at first, just bleeding, the kind you see in almost every operation. The case had been routine, elective, planned, controlled, until the moment everything changed. There was a small movement, a shift in the surgical field, and then more blood. At first, it seemed manageable, a small injury, something that could be controlled. Pressure was applied, the field cleared. For a moment, it looked like it had settled, but then it came back. More this time. The suction worked harder. Swabs filled faster. The surgeon paused, looked deeper, trying to find the source, but it wasn't obvious. Not a single vessel, not something clean, just bleeding from somewhere that wasn't easily controlled. The tone in the room changed, not panic, focus. Because this wasn't routine anymore, I looked at the monitor, still stable. At that point, nothing suggested what was about to happen, but the bleeding didn't stop. It continued, steady, persistent. The surgeon worked deeper, and then it became clear. The liver, a tear, not large, but enough. And this wasn't a liver unit. There was no easy solution. Pressure again, packing, everything that could be done was being done, but it wasn't working. Now the monitor changed. The blood pressure began to fall, slowly at first, then more clearly, the heart rate rising, the body trying to compensate. Fluids were given, a temporary response. Then it dropped again. Now it was hemorrhage. Blood was requested, urgently. The room became sharper, more focused, everyone moving with purpose. The first unit went up, then another, but the bleeding didn't stop. It continued, relentless. And then something else changed. The blood didn't behave normally anymore. It didn't clot. It spread, diffuse, uncontrolled. That's when it became something else, not just bleeding. Coagulopathy. DIC. Now you weren't just replacing blood, you were trying to replace a system that had failed. Massive transfusion protocol, activated, blood, plasma, platelets, everything running. Trying to keep up, trying to restore balance, but nothing held. Packing again, pressure, attempts to control it, but the bleeding continued. Unchanged, the monitor reflected it. Blood pressure falling, barely responding, heart rate unstable. The room was quiet now. Not calm, focused, because everyone understood what this had become. More blood, more support, everything being used, and still, it wasn't enough. That's when it felt different, because now you weren't trying to control the situation anymore. You were trying to hold on to something that was slipping away. The numbers were barely holding. Every intervention, temporary, every improvement, fragile. And then they stopped improving. The blood pressure fell further, slower now, but steady. The heart rate began to fade. The bleeding still there, still uncontrolled, and for a moment, there was nothing left to change. No intervention left. That would turn it. The monitor changed. The waveform flattened, and this time, it didn't come back.